Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I'll be there in 9 minutes. Sorry for the lateness. Jumping back. Crazy day today with the pump. Just last night with the dump today here. Back to the downside for Bitcoin. A pump 2 nights ago. And I saw bearishness. Bitcoin didn't look good. We had a bear flag on the 1 hour that hit the exact target. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. BTC dumping to the downside here. Bitcoin.
I ain't getting no rest cause I'm I ain't getting no rest. I ain't getting no rest. I ain't getting no rest cause I'm going. I ain't getting no rest cause I'm I ain't getting no rest. I ain't getting no rest. I ain't getting no rest cause I'm going. Real life. You ain't gotta like it. gotta live with it. Real life. You ain't gotta like it. Look at what we did with it. Real life. You ain't gotta like it. You just gotta live with it. Real life. You ain't gotta like it. Look at what we did with it. Real life. You ain't gotta like it. You just gotta live with it. Real life. You ain't gotta like it. Look at what we did with it. Real life. You ain't gotta like it. You just gotta live with it. Real life. You ain't gotta like it. Look at what we did with it. Real life. Real life.
Wow, this show's becoming something more than a crypto show, right? This is becoming a world show. We cover world news, events, socioeconomic, geopolitical movements, influences, things throughout the world. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. What a crucial time it is to be alive. We're at the precipice of many things here. And, right, it's coming at us hard right now. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's take a look at some headlines just to see what's happening in the news. Bitcoin took a beat down. Let's look at the technical analysis. It was in a bear flag. The bear flag says we will go to 100,992, 100,008, something like that. My exact target was 977, I believe. Right there, that yellow 198.989. We went to 100,874. So I was about, I don't know, $80, 100, a little over, no, $110, $120 off. It ain't bad. Let's take a look at the screen, shall we? It might be a good idea to start the show. So if you're watching me today, I saw a bear flag here for Bitcoin. And it said, and I said to my trading group, I said I would not long. Right now, it's basically a bear's day, right? The Bears are in control. Shout out to Sean. God bless you for being here. Shout out to everybody jumping on in. Forgive me for the lateness. My good friend was helping me, and I had to, be there with him. And then I ran in as quick as I could, and I was covered in dirt, so I washed off. You have no idea what you're talking about. Imagine being in the shoes of DJT and a man. Yeah, I don't get into it. I'm sorry, I was just reading that. I don't even know. 3 a.m. here. Love, Ben here always. 3 a.m. here, love. Waking up and start my day with the lifers. Shout out to Chirono Mutai. God bless you. And someone says we pumping. Yeah, Bitcoin's actually in a bit of a nice pump back to the upside here off some bullish divvy on the 10-minute time frame. Look at this bullish divergence. Swing down with a sharp swing up. I mean, this is a good time to buy some BTC. Fear is exceeding some nice. Let's just see. I want to see if it's at 42 or 39 would be cool. But we'll see what happens right now. I don't know where technical difficulties 43 here, neutral for the fear and greed here on CoinMarketCap. It's good enough for me right now. They could just be having an issue with their server on the moment. So at 40 ain't bad. Good place to buy some BTC for me personally. Good Bitcoin buys. All right. 102,608 is really not that bad. It's $1,300 away from the low just yesterday. So not a big deal. Bitcoin whales, Bitcoin on easy calm. Is demand slowing or is Bitcoin taking a pause? These are the headlines here. And I was outside in the backyard. What happened in the last 4 hours? I see a bunch of stuff right here going on right now. Let's take a look on Twitter. We have completed our successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Estan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordow. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. This is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Donald Trump. So, wow. So he basically said, okay, we took away all your sites. Look at this, honing in. I mean, we can see everything now with the satellites. Like, we can see everything. We all can see each other's stuff, right? How do we block that information? How underground do you have to be? That's the battle right there, right? I mean, they knew everything. We'll see. We'll see how this unfolds over time. But wow, crazy that's what happened. So, and again, what that became, Bitcoin took a beat down. And Bitcoin already looked like it was going to dump. And if you watch my macro analysis video on Friday, it said, I see some type of black swan event here, possibly for BTC. So Bitcoin fell right to my target. 100,800, 100,974 was the area there. And where did I get the target? Just a measured move. It was the length of the pole out the bear flag. It just made sense, right? If you look left too, I think there was a key level right there that we had wicked to. So that's an area that I figured we would stop at. Pretty simple stuff. I'm not a genius, and I'm not trying to. You could have done it too, and I'm not. Oh my God! Everyone's like, it went exactly where I said it was going. I'm the smartest man in the world. I mean, I took a measured move out of flag, man. You can too. Like, anybody could do this. I'm not that smart. I'm just a simpleton. I just show up every day. That's the difference. I get to own it because I'm consistent. People can't stand that about me because they're like, they want to own what I have. They want to get where I'm at. They think I don't deserve it, or they think I do or don't, whatever. I don't really care, but they say stuff and they think stuff. But what they don't know, what they can't do is they can't show up as much as me. So they're like, at the end of the day, they're like, dang, I mean, I can say or do whatever he wants. He shows up more than everybody else. So people respect him more than everybody else, no matter what. He's shown his cards. Wow, massive pump here back for Bitcoin. Booming to the upside. Looks like it properly crossed the 1 minute 200 moving average. And when it did, that's your time to get in. Right there. And of course, we're booming. Now let's take a look at the 3-minute. Just got across the 5-minute. That's a good rejection point with the 21 a little far away there for BTC. So we nailed the bear flag on the, I used the Bybit chart to do that. Shout out to anyone that took the short today. God bless each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. My name is Sam Price. Thank you for being here. Nice to meet you. I hope you're keeping positive in this time. And again, it's not a WAR. It's just a conflict. It's just some up and down right now. We'll see what happens. We're almost right back to where we started today, which is crazy, right? And this is how price action is. So those prices, those were perfect buys there at 100,008. Perfect time to buy some BTC, probably some altcoins, just using the fear to get in your head. I said I wouldn't long today to my trading group unless we got back above the 10-minute moving average. Why the 10-minute? Just what it was, right? What a crazy day. Look, I'm outside. I went to brunch today, and in walks this guy. No lie. My man, he says Chanos. He walks in with the Casper shirt on, and I'm like, what? I was bugging out. I was like, how could you ever? I was like, come here. We're instant friends immediately. What are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? Right? I was blown away. When's the last time you were in a restaurant and someone walked in wearing a Casper shirt? You know what I'm saying? When's the last time that happened to you? Did that happen to anybody here? Has that happened to anyone here in the chat? Anybody? Any takers? Anyone was sitting down eating at a restaurant and someone walked in with a Casper shirt on? Anybody here? Put a 333 if it happened to you. I'll put my 333. Prayers, you're a machine nonstop. Thanks for all you do. You've changed my life. Thank you. Shout out to Yar Dog for the $50 super chat. You're the man. God bless you. Wow, Bitcoin ripping back to the upside. Just wartime scares got everybody bugged out. They all shorted and got scared and they got wrecked so fast. I'm sorry, we shouldn't laugh. It's not funny when people take a wrong trade. Sometimes that happens to me. It's rare, but it happens. Now I can't even find people wearing a hat. Yeah. How could a guy wearing a Casper shirt walk in? Well, I think that's insanity, and I'm the Crypto Lifer. Long Bitcoin and so in the 1 minute when the model presented itself. Can't argue with the Lifer vision strategy. Who made gains when the vision came out? Who made gains today using my strategies? Anybody? Whether you shorted with the bear flag, longed on the 200 moving average, anyone make gains with what you learned? Put a 333 if you made gains with the Lifer. God bless you all. Thank you so much for keeping a positive look on life no matter what. I will not let them take over my mind. Funny, I look up here too. Right when I look, it says, look what this says. It says the world's top cloud mining platform. Sign up. Support. Easy to earn. 777777. Yeah, it's just U.S. launches. So let's take a look here at what the news says too as well. U.S. launches strike on Iranian nuclear sites. In a dramatic escalation of Middle East tensions, former U.S. president announced on his Truth Social account that American forces carried out target airstrikes on 3 Iranian nuclear facilities, Fordow, Natanz, and Estafan. According to the Post, the operation was completely successful, with all U.S. aircraft reporting having exited Iranian airspace after delivering a full payload of bombs. How they didn't know we entered their airspace and got out. With stealth, right? The primary target was Fordow, which Trump described as the primary site. The former president praised the mission's success, and the American military claiming no other armed forces could have executed such a precise operation. Now is the time for peace. Let's see what happens now. Definitely put, I don't want to say it, but, we'll see what happens. I'm not going to say anything because I don't, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. So yeah, America emerges as the global Bitcoin superpower. $790 billion in holdings, 40% of the supply, right? Pretty nice to see that we finally take that charge. Yeah, so see how the moving average, the 200 moving average is your rejection point? When you're that far away from the 21, I would sell every single time I hit the 200. It's just a beautiful time to get out of a trade. Absolutely nail it. I just want to say thank you, everybody. Can we stop the music for a second and just have a prayer? Is that all right? Dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me in this life. Thank you for all the blessings in which you've given us on this beautiful Saturday night. Thank you for the ability to breathe, the ability to have good friends. My friend came through for me today and helped me so much. Didn't ask for anything. He knows how much money I make. He knows who I am. The other day I sent him $100 for something worth $70. And he sent me back the 28, said, "City boy, I don't need your city money, city boy." And he was just saying, "I'm your friend. I do things for free, man. I don't need your money, man." Shout out to my buddy Mac. I love you, man, with everything. Thank you for everything you've done for me. May God bless you, and may God make sure everything goes our way, your way, for everything in the future, man. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. You know, it looks like it might be time to scalp some BitTinex on a reversal here. We might get some BitTinex reversals here. Let me take a look. Let me just take a look. I might have to sign in at $103,000. $103,000. How many dollar bills are we going to AFD? Dollars. He's a dollar boy. He's a dollar man. How many dollars? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for saying. Okay. Bang. I'm logging in. I like that we're back above the 200 moving average. Or staying above it here on the 3-minute time frame. I just need me code. I just need a bit of a codey. I'm in. I think I'm in. Yes, Sammy can trade now. I like to trade. Sammy trades. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, Sammy Trades. I trade YouTube. And every day I do a live stream. And we go over the charts. I talk about Bitcoin every single day. Hi, my name's Sammy Trades. Thank you for jumping on in. Imagine that, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Imagine someone that just came in and then signed off. They thought that's how I really talk. Look at Hyperliquid's at my favorite place, 33.77. Ain't that something? Aerodrome's at 77. Ain't that something? SEI held. FARTCOIN at 90 cents, don't care. ONDO at 70 cents, been whack. Solana 135, somewhat strong. SWI at 259. So altcoins, could have got hit way worse than they did, right? Well, if you look at the bigger idea here, what's trending on these altcoins? What is the hot coin right now? FARTCOIN, SEI, Hype, and Solana. Those are the trending coins. Aerodrome, I think, should be in there too as well. Bitcoin above the 200 moving average on the 3-minute time frame. The 3-minute, eh? The 3-minute. I trade me the 3-minute, eh? You got a problem with it, eh? I trade the 3-minute. That's right. Tree. Look at my account's at 3333333. How can you do that? I don't know. Impossible. So yeah, the 3-minute chart's been my go-to here on BitTinex. It's been an interesting little chart to play. So look, there's my signal there, my whammy. I just wait for it and trade it all day. I don't like the weekend. Saturday night's kind of sketchy, but we just had a pretty crazy move. So that put some volatility back on the table. And, I remember a time we were begging for Bitcoin to move. It seemed like it was so flat. Nothing was going to happen. It was like the most boring time ever. And now Bitcoin is pumping and dumping every single day. There's volatility left and right. There's shorts, there's longs, there's action-packed days of price action. So we can't complain. You can't complain now when people used to whine about what was before, right? We've got some awesome action here for Bitcoin. And, you can make money when there's movement. We can short, we can long. We can do whatever we got to do to get it in. I was out there sweating, edging the lawn, doing all the mulching, making it beautiful. When we got here, it was weeds everywhere. It looked absolutely horrible. Now it's all edged with beautiful mulch. Looks gorgeous. Planted new plants. Got the flowers in. Everything looking, And I'm late for the season, I know. I got here late. So we're looking for this bit of a bounce here and some type of flag to form on the 3 minute. If we can stay above the 200 moving average, there could be some fire action here for Bitcoin. Let's see if the 3 minute really does give us that action. We can get back to 105,164. And we're also going to look at BOOKMAP and see what it says. Remember, it was holding some 97.5 liquidity, but it also had liquidity further to the upside. Stop loss would be at 102,396. Now, remember, I sold my long this morning. Haven't traded since. Watched the whole dump. Could have traded the dump, but I wanted to be with my family. I took the day. It's the summer. I only have these 8 weeks. My kids go back to school. And I work so hard, everybody, I might as well take some time. I worked too hard not to be there with my kid. Have a good time. I'll take a risk of $299 here for a big 1,000. That's a big boy trade there. We'll see what happens there. 52,000 on the trade, eh? Now I'm Canadian, eh? I can do the... I'm Canadian, eh? My name's Alex Show Crypto, eh? Now, what a good guy, man. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to everybody out there that made it happen. Look, that's the fastest I've ever made 7% in my entire life. I know I'm the king of 3%, but 7%? I sneezed, and I was up 8%. Look, I'm up $77. That's insanity. I just made $74 in under a minute. I mean, that might be the fastest I've ever made $77, $80 ever in my life. That's the fastest 10% I ever made. Wow. Wow, shout out to me. $100 in a second. I guess that's how you do it. Shout out to Sammy. How to make $100 in under a minute. Look, that's a 3 minute candle. $121. Did I just know we were going to fly like moon? Makes me want to just sell that. Like, take my quick 100, call it a cool trick. And then we'll get back into the trade. That was fast $100. Very unexpected pump that quickly. It's like I knew, but I didn't know, but I knew. If I knew, why would I have a stop loss then, right? This could turn into a losing trade. You never know. I don't want to be a genius. Don't call me a loser if I lose or a genius if I win. It's just a trade in my one data set and, multiple trades, right? Just a small set of data inside a bigger move. So how does Iran respond? What happens now? Like, they're just going to sit there and say whatever's? Oh, man. This is a bit awkward. What are they saying now? Like, that's the question, right? I mean, that's the Iraq war cost U.S. up to $1 trillion, 1 million lives lost, huge refugee crisis. All for what? Not until I pitch for the 90s. Now, right? Yeah, because Iran. These are just, wow. Yeah. I'm just reading these tweets here. Now Iran on unleash hell, irregardless of how big or small the damage they suffered. Oh, my gosh. I don't know, man. Interesting. I don't know, man. All I know is cryptocurrency should go up during this time. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. Huge short squeeze just there to the upside on BOOKMAP. Coming in strong, right? I usually take that. I should have taken that's the fastest $100 ever made. Should have taken it. Unbelievable move. Massive short squeeze the second I got into the trade. All the way back to about 100. And Bitcoin's actually, the whole thing was a short squeeze all day, though. From 101.9 to 103,900. A $3,000 move for Bitcoin. We just got to reconnect to the 21-day moving average without losing the 200-day moving average. If we can do that, we can get ourselves a nice move here to the upside. And how's the chat doing? $50 super chat from my man. That's super nice. Prayers, you're a machine nonstop. Thanks for all you do. You've changed my life. Well, you've changed my life. The fact that you just sent a super chat my way, that's like $50. One of the nicest things anyone's ever done to me in my whole life. So God bless you, man. Thank you. You're a different breed, Sammy. God bless. Jesus loves you. Goat. God bless you. Thank you. Hey, Sam, I'll DM on Discord with a strategy I think will work for better for you as you have more experience than me. If not, using it already. Shout out to Daniel Cotilla. Thank you, man. Let me know. I probably won't listen. I'm very stubborn and I have my own ways, but let me know. But I probably won't listen. You know what I mean? Unlikely. But you never know, man. I appreciate you, thinking of me. It's very nice of you. Very, very nice. Yeah, the last time there was something like that, the bees, I call them the bees because, it was a beautiful time to buy too as well with a beautiful bounce back to the upside. I just want to see if we can stay above the 200 moving average here and continue the pump. If we can, we're on. If we lose the 200, I lose. It is what it is. I was willing to lose, and I'm okay with it. We will go from there. Let's do our top-down analysis here, see what happened on the daily. The 3-minute looks pretty nice to me. Looks like it's going to make a beautiful little bull flag, touch that 21, stay above the 200 moving average, and get this beautiful pump to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if I end up winning this trade, 103,800 on the move. Let's take a look at BTC USDT on Binance. Yeah, that's looking interesting to me. I like it. I mean, that's my model. Bull flag above the 200. But you got to connect to that 21. We could easily lose it all and dump. Anything could happen. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, so I have no idea what's going to happen here. Bitcoin didn't make a lower low. It made a higher low right there. So at the end of the day, it's still in a falling wedge that could break to the upside 68% of the time. I'm still waiting on this falling wedge to break up. I'm still waiting on the 110,000 short liquidations to be liquidated. So yeah, I'm not really fazed by that move for Bitcoin. We did lose key levels. It looks like we're very likely going to close a weekly candle below 104,004, but let's see what happens. Maybe we don't. Maybe this ends up being just a wick, and we get a pretty nice move further to the upside here for Bitcoin. Yeah, back inside the pocket, we're only down 3. We'll see where this goes, man. I like my odds of possibly winning. This is my model, and I jumped in before the 21 touch, but we were above the 200, so it was my model with a little bit of pushiness, a little bit of high risk here. Shoulder, I mean, we got maybe it's double bottom with a higher low. I see a move here. We closed the candle like that. We closed tweezer bottoms. I see a move back to the upside here for Bitcoin. And then that could explode to the upside. These are possibilities, folks. I'm not saying this is guaranteed, but this is starting to build up as the more likely possibility here for Bitcoin. Trades back in the green at 102,950, right? Weekends have been, yeah. As long as alts can go back to IE 8 to 73 cents, the alts, he's into me. Yeah, you're funny. Stochastics will reset. Yeah, so wow. I mean, this is hot. That puts you somewhere back at 121,000 or higher, right? Let's take a look actually exactly. I threw it up there, but I didn't look at the exact target. 120K. So here we go. Can we get this reversal? This looks interesting. What if I end up keeping this trade all the way to some massive gains? You never know. I'm open-minded. Any trade could be the biggest trade of my life. I always believe it. I'm like, this is the one that's going to be the biggest one ever. And it get bigger. They do get bigger as the years go on. The opportunities continue to grow. Like the fastest I ever made $500. The day I made, 10 grand the quickest. How much money in one day, and all that fun, all those rules. Like, and you write them down. Your personal best. How much money did you make in a day? What's the personal best? And, and just for you. You don't have to tell anybody. Like, I'm not going to tell you how much money I made in a day. All right. I've done stuff like that. I think it was immature. I think I'm growing up. I don't need to tell people, but it was pretty sweet. It's a lot more than I think anyone else. Anyway, I got to show. What happens next is our Ramble target U.S. military forces, and it can quickly spiral out of control into a full scale. Yeah. I don't know what to say. All I can say is I hope the people with the intelligence did the best thing they did. I didn't have the intelligence, right? So none of us really know what the best decision was. We didn't have the top secret intelligence. You can assume that you knew, and that you know what's going on, but you really can't, because there's things that beyond our knowledge that we just don't know. So with that being said, I can't really properly criticize or even condone because I don't know. So with that being said, I'm a loyal American. I am. I'm going to be blind to my country at certain points. I love not blind, but I'm always going to be a full-blown American, you know? That's it. And if that was the decision, it is what it is. I stick by it. Next thing you know, my whole boom. That's not even funny, but oh my gosh. You know, crypto lifer, take them out. Bing, blang. No. Famous YouTubers extracted from the sky. I love you, man. God bless America. I love you too. Just days ago, intelligence community had a briefing and said they had no nuclear capability, but someone else told Trump that they did, so he dismissed his own intelligence. That's also what the news said. You know what I mean? You think the news knew all the intelligence? We shouldn't know everyone with the intelligence. That doesn't even make sense. See what you just repeated? You repeated that the news told you out loud what we knew about another country. Come on, man. We're not going to tell you that, all right? The CIA, the deep, the natural, geospatial, all those, they're not going to tell you, man, when they can see what's going on. Let's get real. So that doesn't even make sense. If you have common sense, what you said doesn't make sense. Agreed? Can we all agree with that? Like, let's be, and that's not even, there's no opinions on that. Like, that's fact, right? Like, you're not reading what our intelligence knows. If they know what you know in the news, then why come on, let's get real, right? That's what they said, Tulsi said in the news. Anyway, falling wedge back to the upside. Can that head to 111,900? If it's someone else, you're repeating it too. You're just repeating it. So I don't like to repeat things that don't make sense. Think about the thing, but right when something happens in the news, read it out loud, ask yourself critical thinking, do some critical thinking and be like, does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense, then you have to move on. So beautiful falling wedge. Can we move back here to about 111,858? That would be the target for Bitcoin. And I still see a possible move to the upside. Bitcoin's struggling right now, though. 102,700. Looks like we may not win this one. Oh, no. We're going to have to get helped by that 21-day moving average to keep us from losing the 200. It looks so good. That spike was crazy. Only time will tell. Treachery trading on a Saturday night. Be very careful. Okay? Fake out on the 50-minute. Getting rejected. Oh, no. Yeah. Everything is possible. Meow. You're funny, man. So I see a move to the upside on the daily. 12-hour, 22. Both have that bullish div. Look at the 22 curving to the upside after being melted on the stochastics. They say a move to the upside is imminent. 8-hour, 2 as well. Bouncing off the 200. Look at the 8-hour. Kept the 200 moving average. Beautiful time to be alive right there with the bounce. With the bounce. Many times I've traded that and I've made some gains. Let's see here if we could do this live, right? Let's take a look. A beat down in the overall account today. All the altcoins taking a hit, down 7,600 on the account. Let's take a look here on the futures. Not too bad if you think about it, really, right? It's really not that bad of a day when you think about it overall. Like Bitcoin bounced. I hold a boatload of Bitcoin. It went up and down, but not too bad from the 24-hour move. We're in pretty good shape. So let me show you how I would trade the 8-hour time frame. Number one, I would load the 8-hour with a star. Add it to and I like this bounce here. Again, this is you have to know how to trade this and believe in it. But I traded this last night, and it panned out pretty nicely. So what I would do is I would be putting a stop right below that wick, and I'd be going for the 3-to-1. So I'd be going about 110,011. And I get a stop at about 107.92, which ain't too far away, right? And we go full-blown cookie on that. You know? That's something like, I don't know, 2 for 8, 3 for 9. Okay? Let's see what happens. I'm bullish. I know it's Saturday night, but I'm really, whenever I'm near the 200 moving average, I take advantage. Right there, when we were near, when we made that bounce in the 8 hour, my goodness, that would have got you so paid. Where's another good one? Right there, and we got up right there, so paid. Trying to think where we broke it and retested it. Here, we broke out, got a dump, bounced. We bounced off it twice right there, so paid. That's after a nasty dump. We got above it and we bounced. Here we got above it right there, kind of bounced, we were gone. And it doesn't mean just because we're above it, we're going to fly. We've been above it here and we dumped. So, but it's usually after a nasty dump, price action gets close. We could slip. But I'm taking the odds. I'm taking the odds. And it's a sketchy trade. Be very careful. All right. I'll risk half of what I was willing to lose before. Ooh. Bit of a meltdown here for Bitcoin. As long as we stay above that 200, I'm okay. We lose the 200, I even cut off the bigger trade. Sketchy business here. I just love that 8 hour 200. You don't get it a lot. It's very rare. So my trader instinct tells me, even though it's a crappy day to trade, it's low liquidity and it's sketchy, that I am forced to do things against my will and take a percentage, you know. Trading on BitNX and MEXC. MEXC has 0 fees on a lot of different coins, or very little. So on spot and on your futures account. So check it out. If MEXC is applicable, jump on in today with the link to MEXC. It's in the description of all my videos. Also, the pinned comment here, I have weeks, BitNX, and a BTCC where you could trade gold. You could trade the NASDAQ at Tech 100 at BTCC. Nasty dump here. Second I got into that trade, started a dump in my face. My goodness. Not sustainable. If we can't keep above this 200 moving average on the 3 minute, I'm going to take a beat down here. We got to get a bounce. I'm starting to sweat a little bit here. It's hot. I don't know if I can handle it. If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. Straight up. I'm starting to sweat on my brow a bit. I'm starting to sweat on my brow just a bit. Just a bit of a Todd now. Just a Todd now, they. Got to hold this 200 moving average. We got to get the bounce. Crucial time for Bitcoin. And for the lifer. We lose this 200, it's over for me. I get flattened like a pancake. No! My whole life is on this yellow line and this white line. We've got to get a bouncy. By my own Ted be true. Can we get this move to the upside here for Bitcoin? Only time will tell. Okay, bouncing back nicely right where it should. Bouncing back nicely right where it should. You know, and I think I accidentally... Oh my gosh, see, I didn't even realize. I think I accidentally made this a $700,000 trade. Seriously, this is a $740,000 trade. I used the wrong account. Usually when I go full blown on my USD account, I thought I was on the USD account. I made a mistake, everybody. It was supposed to be just like a $100,000 trade. I don't know what I did there. This is out of control, what's going on. I did not mean to make a $745,000 trade. High risk, high reward here for Bitcoin. And now it's like crucial times to be alive here. Jeez Louise. I made a bit of a mistake. I thought I was using my USD pair account. And I was using... Oh my goodness, no. Oh my goodness, no. I could get beaten. Oh my God, 580. Oh my goodness. I'll move that stop loss. This is how you make, oh my gosh. 695. Oh my gosh. 9,000. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, I made $1,000. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my heart is $900. I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. That was crazy. Whew. Oh. 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 Whew. 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 Oh. 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 Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. They take so many fees there too, though. Like, I don't even want to see. I'll be so pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I got more than I thought, man. We got $797 off that trade. $797 in literally 3 minutes. That's how you do it tonight, baby. And this morning I sold for $400. I said, today's like a great day. If this next trade can rip on BitTinex and we can get out of here for some gains, man. And look, that was a $700,000 trade. So that's as if you put 700 grand in Bitcoin. If you just joined, you got to run it back, man. You got to run it back. We got no music. Oh, yeah, man. How come the music's been off the whole time? Oh, I think when I did the prayer, right? Yeah. Damn, and you had this crazy music at the same time? CryptoFizz who? Let's go, Sam. You guys are funny, man. King of 3%, man. Yo, I told you I'm the king of 3%. I'm the king of 3%. Nobody makes 3% better than me. Man, that was close. I was down like $800. Like instantly. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, here we go. I started sweating. I got like low on the brow. I was like, oh man. Imagine if I held this one and ended up making mad money. My average entry was I'd still be in the money right now. I'd still be up 700 right now. Whatever. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. You gotta be happy. You prayed and got instant gains, bro. I like how some people see it that way. Hey, if that's how it happened, God bless you all. I was super nice to a bunch of people today. I probably spent around $500 on local artists. You know what I mean? Just buying local art, buying things I saw, pictures, paintings, things, you know what I mean? So, I made it more climactic without the music. We could hear your heartbeat. I know, right? Shout out to everybody, man. CryptoFace is my boy, man. I have it, man. Text that dude anytime, man. He's my buddy, man. I like when people talk ish, like, you know. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Made $5 getting in the shower. I know, right? Don't sell yourself short, Sammy. You're one of the kindest souls out there. Hey, God bless you. Thank you for saying that. It's very nice of you. Congrats on your fat finger lifer. I know, right? A fat finger trade, they call it. A bit of a fat finger trade, eh? He touched the button a bit too many times, did he? Hey, what is he doing there? He touched the button a bit of too many times, eh? Shout out to you on the live stream. Thank you for being here. That was crazy. Shout out to all my haters, man. Shout out to all my haters. We make money live on the show. So look, the fact that we're staying above the 200 moving average, the 21 is now crossed, gives us more likelihood of winning this trade. And imagine that we'll add another, $1,100 tonight on top of what happened. I think it's likely we could do it. So things are starting to align here for Bitcoin. And we're getting a possible little bit of a bounce here. Let's take a look at our top-down analysis. So yeah, the 8-hour time frame suggests that we could probably get a pump to the upside. I like the 8-hour right here. Smaller time frames don't look amazing though. We're kind of wiggling around here on the 1 minute. 3 minutes okay. 1 minute's a little sketchy. I like this. I like a move. I'm predicting a move out of the 8-hour. A bit of a shoulder here. A bit of a head. Right shoulder with the retest off the top trend line. Bounce. A quick dump for flushings. They rip up, get the shorts. They consolidate. Blast up through the gap. Right? And then we consolidate somewhere up here, 109, 110,000 as we liquidate the shorts. So this is my prediction for Bitcoin. Again, I know nothing but the fact of mode ignorance. We still kind of have this short shoulder head, right shoulder kind of situation here that could get worse. But only time will tell. And we get ended up somewhere down here at about 96,100. All right. So that's what we're looking at here for Bitcoin. Possible bounce off the 200 moving average on the 8-hour time frame. And that's a very strong place that I use to get into price action. And again, to make $800, we only needed a very small move for Bitcoin. I think we're up $1,100 at one point. I smartly moved the stop loss to break even, then into position. If you don't know how to scalp quickly, I don't suggest you should be trading leverage. If you don't know how to use the stop loss, you should get the education of how to scalp, how to get it in, how to make it happen. So, God bless all my lifers on the live. And you never know what you're going to see here. Remember I said today could be the coolest day. You never know what I'm going to do on these days. You never know what's going to happen on the live stream. I went a little heavy there, a little ham, as they say. I'm not going to say what that means. I shouldn't say that. I didn't realize. It's just not good for me and my image to say that. Hard as mustard, but what did I do? So look, can we break out of this 5-minute flag, get back above the 200 moving average? Same, And as long as the 3-minute stays above with the connecting 21 here, we're in good shape. Almost feels like it broke out and it's retesting the top trend line right there. Like it broke out, retest, boom. Or we could even connect the dots here. Either way, it's a pretty good set here for BTC. So we see the bigger time frames. We see the smaller time frames. I see my model right there, above the 200 with the 21 crossing, low stochastic. I got to tell you, that looks very beautiful for me for a possible gain. I'm in a long right now on Bitfinex, a long scalp that I just opened not too long ago in front of each and every one of you here on the channel. I just want to make, it's like I don't need all of this windows too so big. There we go. So yeah, we're just watching for a beautiful consolidation here. The second we close candles on the 3-minute below the 200, I would give up with the trade. Even if we came right back up and went up again, I just wouldn't want to be frustrated with the moment. I just want to either get what I'm projecting or not. I don't want to play games. Okay, let's take a look again. The top coins that are hot. Let's take a look at Aerodrome. So I'm suggesting a bounce here back for Bitcoin. Back to the upside. And then I even see this as a possible shoulder. Head, right shoulder. And a move further up here to about 109,700 for BTC. All right. But only time will tell. Rejection here by 107,686 as well. We do not know what could happen. I'm more bullish than bearish after this crazy move. More people are going to be in their heads, but you never know. We could lose the 3 minutes, start to dump further down, and it could get worse. I just want to warn you, if the 5-minute cannot get back above the 200 tonight, expect more nasty downside. there's a chance this rolls over and we see some more pain. So it's not always awesome. And get in, get out is the saying, just like I did here on Bitcoin. We're looking for these flags to break out. That's our saving grace here on the 3-minute chart. Zooming out, let's take a look at Aerodrome. And that's on MEXC. It's also on Coinbase. Had a beautiful bounce off 73, back up to 82. A little bit of a sell-off recently here now. Let's take a look at that daily chart. And I'll looking at AERO USD on Coinbase because it just has the most information, right? So the last time we all looked at it, we looked at it like it was in this cup and handle that could begin to break out. And it did that, which is pretty awesome. Didn't make the handle perfectly, but it did pump. Now it's in a handle, falling wedge handle, that could break out for more too as well. I'd wait for the daily to touch that 21-day moving average. I'd pull a bit of a Fibonacci. And I can see that we could come to the 618 fib. Even that week there says we're kind of right near it at 74 cents. So from the small impulse. So yeah, I see a bit of a move here for Aerodrome. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bounce, go more sideways before we get the bigger pump. Falling, and there you have it, right? Look for AERO to go sideways and consolidate. I leave alerts here and here. Right click. Right click. When we pass through those levels, we'll hit the alert, and then we can move further up to about $140 for Bitcoin. Bitcoin struggling, 102,615. If I did not sell that trade, I would have been annihilated, absolutely beaten. And now this other trade looks like it may lose the 200, and I may bail now. See, I'm only bullish if the model plays out. If it doesn't play out, I'm half to bounce. I'm not going to play these games. Going to have to cut this trade off. Call it a night. Be happy with my moves. Don't be greedy is my motto. Always be thankful and grateful for the gains. Look, I was thankful for the gains I had this morning. Look what happened. We got more gains on the stream. Did I know I was going to go live today with each and every one of you and make about $800, no, I had no clue. I did not know that was going to happen tonight. Did I know I was going to fat finger the trade? No, I never knew it. But it happened. It's crazy, right? But it happened. So we never know what's going to happen. But if we believe we're the opportunity, things are coming our way. And I say that to each and every one of you. And look, you see it happen to me all the time. So by believing in the future, and by believing in a great future, an awesome future, a future full of awesomeness, happiness, and I don't believe in a dark future. I don't believe in pain. I believe in a beautiful future of love, light, and happiness. I'm going to cut off my trade here down about one city. I don't like what's happening here on the trade. Yeah, it lost the 200 moving average, which tells me it's a no-go. It's a no-go. Let's take a look at hype. If Bitcoin can't find its way, hype will suffer. It lost a key level, which I'm not happy about. That falling wedge broke out. It would have to get a bit of a bounce. And even then, I could see a right shoulder. See shoulder, head, right shoulder. All coins look a little sketchy right now. I would only be DCAing into Bitcoin. And even then, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan here of altcoins right now. They don't look amazing. Covering the trade is important as taking profit. Knowing when the trade, like right there, we lost the 200. I'm out. That's not supposed to happen. 90% of the time, we were going to continue up. So weekend trading treachery, it does, for some reason, it doesn't follow probability like it should. It's always weird behavior on the weekend. Like I told you, that 5-minute rejection by the 200, we had to get back above that 200 moving average. Now this could shoulder, head, maybe right shoulder. We can end up going down for lower lows. Let's take a look at what BOOKMAP is saying as they liquidate the longs now. So they liquidated some shorts. Now they're liquidating some longs. Whoever's kind of out there. And can you believe I made a gain? See, anyone can make a gain if they have a system and a plan and they stick to it. And if you're not greedy. By not being greedy, I was able to take money out the table there. But if you're greedy, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry to say. And so we take more than $1,000 out of trading today. Like you saw me sell my first trade. We had a weekly screen share with the trading group this morning where I go over my whole portfolio and I showed them the trade I had opened last night in gains. And then I sold it for gains. And then they saw me come back and make more gains. You tell me what's up. I don't know. Can you check out Tesla on the 15-minute, please? Somebody says. Let's take a look at all what people are saying here in the chat. That fan funding. Wow, look at the bounce back on that 3-minute, though. Look at it. Definitely a stop hunt there. But, like, what do you have to say for yourself, Bitcoin? How dare you? Look at that. Can it bounce off the 200 moving average? At this point, it's just playing too many games for me. I'm walking away. But it did look like it was possible. For a second, I liked what was happening there. Prayers, you're a machine. Thank you. God bless you. Yard Dog, we love you for the $50 super chat. That's a hefty. That's going to come back to you tenfold. Watch. $500 is coming your way. Before you know it, somehow it's going to come into your life. You're a different breed. God bless. No dramas, mate. Shout out to Daniel Cotilla. Shout out to Jorge Ortiz. Sam, can you check SPK? Also, how much did you start the trader with and leverage, if you don't mind? I said it out loud. Go back and look at it. Yeah, I've moved on. Can you check out Tesla on the 15-minute, please? And I don't mean to be rude. I just don't know. All I know is a $700,000 trade. Let's see. The leverage was 34x. So we'll divide that. We'll figure it out for you. It was a $747,000 trade divided by 34x leverage. $21,000 was in that trade. $21,970 was in that trade about to make $800. All right. Any concerns about Tether with the Genius Act? No, none at all. Yeah. Can you take a look at Tesla and SPK basically on the radar here? And I'm out of all longs and shorts right now. No trades for Sammy. No trades for Sammy. Let's take a look at Tesla on the 15 minutes. Somebody asked about specifically. Tesla Inc. on the NASDAQ. I mean, it's closed right now, but we'll take a look. I mean, I got to look at it on the top-down analysis, and then I'll end up there with you. So the daily looks interesting to me. Sales are up. Basically, that was a campaign for Tesla recently. Even though it seemed like it was a smear tactic, it made more people know about Tesla around the world. It's probably one of the greatest publicity moments for Tesla ever. It was in the news every day, constantly. I mean, you can't beat that. That's what every car company needs and desires. You know, number one right now, Tesla is in. Can you see the diamond? Almost looks like it's in the diamond. Diamond breaks in from the bottom. It dumps down the bottom. Just something to think about. But it is consolidating above the daily 200 moving average. As long as it can stay above that 200, that yellow line and get tight, I do see a breakout for Tesla. It'll have some resistance at 376, and then it will boom up to the next level at 431, which will then it will break that all-time high. The measured move does take it to 625. And with the robot, with space stuff, with all this other stuff going on, and specifically the robot too, good news for Optimus too, and Tesla starting to look really, really approachable. Robo-taxis, a lot of stuff is coming on. They're innovating at a fast rate, a high speed. So right there, that looks interesting to me, the daily. You go to the 8 hour, it's bouncing off the 200 like Bitcoin. The 1 hour, actually that 2 hour, look at that, is in a bit of a bull flag or some type of flag. It does have some kind of head and shoulder pattern that Bitcoin dumped out of recently. And then someone asked about that 15-minute. I mean, you're consolidating tightly in a flag, and there is a chance you break out of this, but it's tight and it's measured move would be the length of the flag. I don't love it right now. What I'm seeing, if it can just consolidate for, I'd say 3 or 4 more hours, there's a better chance it could break out. And that probably won't happen till Monday, because that's not open right now. SPK. And we'll take a look at gold. Do you think gold will be pumping? We had a preemptive chat for gold, right? And it said it was bullish. Spark. I don't know what this is. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to look at it on Binance too as well. I mean, it just broke back above, but then it did this double top. Like pretty weird price action here. Can it bounce off the off this 20, this falling wedge and get a move? Very well may. Looks ugly to me. I wouldn't touch it. Bit of cat ears with the, I don't know. It doesn't look that looks weird to me. Any concerns about? No. I wouldn't be. No, I don't. No. And I'm not even just saying that. I'm just no. I don't have concerns about that. Yeah. Bitcoin in a bit of a flat. Get it bounce now back to the upside. Head all the way to $103,860. PAXG pumping. Oh yeah, let's take a look at gold here. And I had a trade on gold. So let's take a look if the trade's playing out. And that's PAXG. You can trade PAXG coin on MEXC, which is awesome right there. Like spot, whatever you need. I mean, we're looking for gold to bounce off the bottom trend line here, which looks very doable. So this is the trade here for gold. Still pretty flat, but this is the trade. That you'll get this bounce, consolidate, and continue to go up. 39.89 for gold. So I'm still bullish on gold here. And that may be like the more, fine-tuned trade. We can trade anything in my trading group from gold to Forex to the NASDAQ. So if Bitcoin's slumping, we can flip to another asset. Like, we don't have to just sit there and watch Bitcoin all day, which I think it's the best thing to do because it's the funnest and has the most liquidity. But every once in a while, I could trade something. I trade the NASDAQ too. So we could trade anything with what I teach you. Anything. I love this life. I love this channel. I love each and every one of you. Thank you, dear Lord, for the opportunity you've given me to live stream every day to thousands of people around the world. I am blessed. I know it's a blessing. I can't even believe it's my life. Shout out to everyone that kicks it with me, no matter how many days I go live, we never take a day off for each and every one of you. We put the show first because this show puts me first, puts you first, puts us all first, brings the community together. If I put the show first, you trusted me, I trusted myself, we never miss, and we become the most consistent group in all of crypto. And that's what I can do for each and every one of us, and you guys can do the same for me. Thank you so much for constantly being here. I'm telling you, I said a lot tonight, but I just want to live in gratitude. I want to raise my frequency. I want to constantly be in the present moment and be present in this moment and be thankful for what I have. I don't want to be somewhere in the future about what's going to happen. I don't want to be worried about the past. I want to be right here, enjoying this moment with each and every one of you. Heck, I just made $700 in under 3 minutes. You can only do that at I shouldn't say it, but you know what I'm saying? Last time someone did that, it was at Vegas, right? So, and from the confines of my own home. Man, I love typing while I'm live streaming. People are like, how are you doing that? I'm like, because I'm everywhere. You're never. No. Go to cryptolifer.com to find out more. If you want to be with me, like last night when I opened up the long and then sold this morning during the weekly screen share where I shared my entire portfolio, broke down how I thought about the market, what was happening, and what I was going to do, and showed you all my coins and everything I had to as well. If you like that, subscribe to the channel. I subscribe to the trading group. Basic, the quarterly, or the annual subscription. It will bill you every month, every quarter, or every year. Jump on in today to get the best education you can in the game. All right. Yeah, I feel some bearish tones for Bitcoin. We got to get back above that 5-minute 200. We got rejected by it. No good. 3-minute loss to 200 as well, kind of toying with that area. I'm done with Bitcoin for the night. I'm not going to trade it again. And, you know, another thing too is know when to cool. You know, know when to hold them, know when to fold them. There's times when it's not perfect to be going hard. There's times when it is. Let's take a look at the overall market. Did you watch my Bitcoin technical analysis video where I said, be careful, big tether dominance does not look good. Looks like we may be getting a big bounce in tether dominance. And what happened? What happened, everybody? We got a bounce in tether dominance. Now, could we get rejected by the 12-hour 200 moving average? That would be a blessing. So let's see what happens here. The 12-hour caught us. And we can start that move back down just like we could get that move back up for Bitcoin. So the 200 there and getting the rejection. Can we move further to the upside and keep pushing? You know, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. And, you know, the one thing that I'm looking at is that 21 too. Like, we're going to come back down to that 21. And if we come back to the 21, there's definitely a chance we could get further back to here. See what I'm saying? So I like the odds of that. You know, at least a pullback for a little bit. Then we could see if there's a bigger pump. But it definitely says we could get a little pullback. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance and see what's happening to Bitcoin dominance. That should have been pumping too, and it was. People were running out of altcoins to get into Bitcoin as it dumped too, and now the prices look good. Now it says it's going to continue to pump, but it says that tether dominance is starting to fall. So now it's like people are switching back to get into Bitcoin again. I like this. This is interesting. But again, watch your altcoins. Like it says, it's not altcoin season yet again. It's Bitcoin's turn. And now we're slumping. 200 moving average getting broken. Like, that flag is done now. Like, I'm not bullish, and now we have to get back above the 200 to become bullish. Crazy. It looked beautiful. It was a nice setup. I can't believe I got that one candle move. Thank the heavens I got that candle. I could have lost big time. I got very lucky. Do not do that. All right? I got very, very lucky. And I got lucky publicly too. It could have been that could have been a disaster. I got very lucky. Thank the Lord, you know. I don't even want to say thank the Lord, because I say thank the Lord like my kids aren't sick anymore, or like, you know, you dodge a really serious accident or something. But that was just trading, you know. But you know, I'm just excited that it did go the way it went. It could have went worse. Especially on a Saturday night, no one needs that extra headache. You know what I mean? Who needs all that? I definitely don't. So token metrics, trading insight, ZBEC, Bitcoin, fund token, Aerodrome. Yeah, we got to look at FARTCOIN. We just do, even though I'm not like a huge fan to say it, we got to take a look at it. Hey, money is money. It is what it is. Wow, head and shoulder pattern there for FARTCOIN. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Oh, it's back at 89. Had a nice pump to 93. Looks like it's going to breach this trend line and continue to dump. It's got a complex head and shoulder right there. What is a complex head and shoulder? It's a shoulder, but it has multiple. It's a head and shoulder with multiple shoulders. So you got to call it a complex head and shoulder. That's bearish to me. Doesn't look good at all. I thought it would look better than that, considering it's somewhat trending. But no. Coin has been really hot. Coinbase Global, the stock is just out of control. You can see it just bounced very hard out of a bit of an awkward pattern and started to pump pretty nicely. On the daily, it ripped out this flag. We talked about it being in a cup and handle, very similar to gold. It followed oil. It followed oil's movement. And we knew oil was going to go up because, you know, it always tends to go up a little bit. Those crude oil futures. I was talking about this move here. Back to the upside now. Crude oil futures. Let's take a look at them on the 4-hour. That looks interesting to me. Oil about to make a move. So you heard it here first. I see oil about to pump so hard it's ridiculous. So if you're trading oil, you have access to oil. You have a ticker. You got something, you know, options expiry, whatever it puts, whatever it That looks like it could blast to the upside. Oil. So you do you, but oil and gold, the two simple trades, and they're just out bull flags. They're nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Stop losses below like the previous low, like right here, and then you let it rip. That could get all the way to like $88 a barrel, up 19% for oil. So I would be watching this very closely. Oil looking like it's about to blast to the upside. Target 88. It says the target 88 too will get there by June 25th, the end of June. So not too long from now. Amazing. 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 God bless everybody here. I gave back my gains. Why? Never give back your gains. Walk away. Walk away. That's why it's good to have a mode along. You know what I'm saying? Something to do just in case you get that calling and you want to get back into it and you know it's just not the move. Let me get back into that chat for a second here, see what's happening to my peoples. Bad news for stocks and crypto if oil moons. I know. Hey, Trump going live in 34 minutes time. Can you look at ONDO, brother? Love the stream. Much love, Sammy. God loves you all. Thank you. Black gold, baby. Black gold. I know, right? Uncertainty until Trump speaks in 23 minutes. Trump speaks in 23 minutes, everybody. All right. My physical silver is doing awesome. Let's take a look at silver. Yeah, it is. Me too. I think like, have we had $40 an ounce yet? Yeah, we hit $37 an ounce. Silver ripping. I mean, they've been suppressing the price of silver for so long. And look at me. I drew this cup and handle for silver, suggesting it was going to go on a massive breakout. Target for silver is $62 an ounce, and it could happen somewhere by June or July of 2027. So far, everything's been kind of going my way, and we're continuing to rip. Silver was $23 an ounce April 8th of 2024. Just a year and 2 months later, it is now $37 an ounce, up $14. I mean, up almost about 81%. So pretty insane, right? About 60% actually, 14 on 21. But that's amazing. Silver surfing, baby. The Silver Surfer, remember that guy? I remember watching him. Yeah, and I still got my silver. Remember when I bought the kilo of silver, that big old bar of silver on the live stream? I got bags of silver. I ain't selling my silver. I got bags of gold and silver, baby. Yeah. That's so funny. Silver and uranium long-term plays. Yeah. I also like hydrogen fuel, but a lot of people say, I think that could be the future hydrogen fuel, but it was already happened, but people bypassed it for whatever reason. Hydrogen, baby. So 42 on that fear and greed index is what we're seeing now. When you bought the kilo live, it was like $28 an ounce. I think so. I second that on checking ONDO. I was looking for the 66-inch. ONDO's just garbage right now. Yeah, find a low fib and pray that it bounces. That's it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Chart broke a bigger trend. Doesn't look amazing to me. I see head and shoulder pattern, even though it had a W that did not prevail. It would have to bounce, and it just closed the candle below this previous line. I don't know what's happening to it, but they're suppressing it or about to dump it. For me, it left the neckline. That's got a measured move to 48.5. I second that on checking ONDO. I was looking for 6 and 76, yeah. Sam, Chunk will talk in 20 minutes. Thank you. I appreciate that. At about 10. Yeah, ONDO looks like it has more downside. Let's take a look at all the fan funding here that came in. PAXG is pumping. Will gold catch up? In a large, long form 3-3. PAXG is gold, man. They're the exact same. Yeah. I don't think it can move without gold, to be honest. Like, PAXG's pegged to gold, brother. Like, you can't trade that right now, can you? Maybe. It is, it's a coin, so you're right. I mean, it has to move. 34.09, and then gold's at... That's interesting. I never thought about that, man. Let's take a look. So gold's at 364. PAXG's already at 34. Yeah, it's up like $80 on it. It's interesting. Well, gold will probably float right up, though. This is tracking the price of gold like by demand, world demand. I say that just tracks up. But I mean, good point. But I see this booming to the upside only at a time. I see gold about to do some serious damage. And I could be wrong. Maybe a stomp hunt, but I like what I'm seeing for PAXG. PAXG, baby! I love gold! Gold, baby, gold. I mean, it has its own supply and demand, but if gold tanks, so does PAXG, right? It's like, it can't do its own thing. Even though it looks like it can't. That's interesting. Play with that idea, right? Let's take a look at Crypto Rank. What are people searching today? What are they looking at? What's happening in the crypto world? And remember, there's opportunity out here every single day if you find it. I found it today. I was able to make a quick gain. 2 trades. One I opened up today. I didn't have to sit and trade that long. I was only in the market, really in the market for a few, you could say 30 minutes, really. Layer 0 down 17%. Z-Sync, Katana, Inu, 3D Pass, Newton, Masa, Bear Chain, Arbitrum, Nexa, Ethena, SEI really banging on them, up 18%. It's really the only coin doing damage right now. I love it. That's my old school horse, man. No one's really talking about it. We got Bear Chain, Namada, new coin. Might write that down. Spark Chain, Hyperliquid in there, and these are the most visited coins in the last 7 days. Hyperliquid, Bear Chain, Egan Cloud, Celestia, Namada, Hyperliquids, all this fun stuff. I'd look up Namada. No idea what it is. Let's take a look at it for you. Namada, cool little logo there. Is a proof-of-stake layer 1 blockchain designed to provide multi-chain asset-agnostic data protection utilizing Comet BFT consensus. It enables multi-asset shielded transfers of both native and non-native assets, ensuring user privacy across various blockchain networks. Features full inter-blockchain communication protocol support, facilitating seamless interoperability with the Cosmos ecosystem and beyond. Its modern POS system incorporates cubic slashing to enhance network security. Platform introduces a multi-asset shield pool. Namada has a native token called NAM, which serves as multi-purpose within the ecosystem. I like it. Sounds cool. Sounds like it could be integratable, pretty hot, but new, and maybe some VCs sold it off like we always seem to get. Anyway, very interesting to me. We're going to take a look back at BTC. I still see this bounce happening no matter what's happening on the smaller time frames. I wouldn't get too caught up on that stuff. To me, that is all just back and forth. We're at 102,005 though, and we really need to hold or get back above these 200 moving averages on the smaller time frames. Right now, it looks like we're going to get back above the 3-minute and possibly rip again. So watch out for Bitcoin. Seems like it's on a bit of a vengeance and could be going on a bit of a tear here. So pay attentiones to the Bitcoins. It could go to the upside. Hey. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to jump on out of here for the night. Get myself a bit of a cat nap. I barely slept last night. I really did. And I'm going to need it for tomorrow. So everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. I wouldn't go too hard tonight. It's Saturday night on the summer. I do see a possible reversal for Bitcoin, though, on the bigger time frames. But you got to commit to the 8-hour with a stop below the wick or the 12-hour. That's up to you. And that takes some guts. So we are beautifully bouncing off the 8-hour 200 moving average. That's a very bullish sign for me, as I went over and showed you, But again, you got to make these decisions yourself and got to ask yourself if it makes sense to you. If it does, go for it. Connect 4. And I'm so corny, man. But if not, you take your shots. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you all tomorrow for a beautiful morning. And we'll be back at it like we are every single day. Trump will talk soon. We'll see what he has to say. We'll see where this goes. Shocking news to me, too, right now, as we're all just taking it in. One breath at a time. Stay positive. Don't let the fear in. That's not going to do anything. It's just going to lower your frequency. Raise your vibration. Raise your frequency. Do anything you can to keep your frequency high. That means give to somebody else. Help somebody else. Be thankful. Give away something. Raise your vibration. Make you realize how special and powerful you really are, because you are. Everyone, I love you. I thank you so much for joining me on this awesome, awesome move. Hi from Dubai, Sam. Where do you see hype going from here? I'm not sure, man. It fell out of the... we'll take a look at hype here. Damn, I was about to leave. You guys got me going. I'm looking for it to bounce. If it can't bounce more downside, it's got to bounce here sooner than later and consolidate. If not, it's going to fall, test 3160, and if it loses that, I'd say, well, hold up. 31, yeah, and if it loses that, then further down to 2729. In Caspa, someone said, is the chart dead? Let's take a look at the Caspa chart. I haven't looked at it in a long time. It's almost like pointless, right? Kaz and chill. Oh man, what a beatdown it took to 6 cents. And look, it's got a head and shoulder pattern that broke the neckline. Look at that. It looks like it could get sold off back to 4 cents. 6 is 4. Dang, what a sell-off from 12 cents. Nasty move. It had that first initial pump. Everyone was like, oh, wow. Caspa. Looks really horrible. And I own it. I'm not trying to hate, but man. I don't know. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. Almost looks like it could be dead. That's crazy, right? Big rounded top. I was never a huge fan after they started arguing, right? But you never know. We'll go from there. I don't want to add to it. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Shout out to Dennis Fetters. Shout out to Elmis Vaverchuk. Shout out to Nick Galley. Shout out to Stainless Stan. Shout out to Cha. Jorge Ortiz. No Dramas Mate. Daniel Cotia and Yardog. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for being here. I do see some bullishness coming for Bitcoin. If we can get that bounce on the bigger time frames, I see a move. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys on the next live stream tomorrow morning at about 8 a.m. in the morning. May God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you got through the trading day with me and had a blast. I hope I taught you something. I hope you learned something about confidence, your life, just how to better yourself and how to stay positive. I love you. Remember, the secret to success, it's getting started. What are you going to start today that's going to change your life? Everybody, I love you. Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow. God bless. What a G, huh? We made that money low. Whoa, 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 wee.
I'll take you anywhere. Just tell me I'll be there. We don't need a plan. I like it unprepared. Whatever comes our way, we'll stay the fuck again. So dream away.